Hey, thanks for tuning in to Twang and Bang, and thanks for tuning in to the very first episode of Cooking with Cam. It's a cooking series that I hope to be running as long as I can keep this interesting for people. And today, I'm gonna do braided pork loin on my brand new Camp Chef Woodwind wood pellet smoker grill. It's sitting in this foil right now, resting. I gotta give it another 5 minutes before I could cut into it, but that's what's coming up next on Twang and Bang. So, despite what I said in the intro, this is actually a pork tenderloin and not a pork loin. They are different cuts of meat, and this was supposed to show how to make smoked braided pork loin. But both butchers I went to were completely out of whole loins. Adapt and overcome, as they say, so I bought some tenderloin to see if I could pull off the same recipe regardless. Here's our pork tenderloin. I've already rinsed it off and patted it mostly dry with a towel. I'm going to finish the job once I'm done doing this next step. We want to get rid of all the extra fat and silver skin. Yes, pork fat can be yummy, but it kind of gets in the way of getting the crust that we want on the outside of this. I like to use a fillet knife for this because it's very easy to get in there and cut this stuff away. This is also my big secret to processing deer, processing venison. You want to get into your venison just like this and cut all the silver skin off, especially off the meat that you're going to ground into burger. Some people are too lazy, they don't do that, and not only does it bind up your grinder, but when it gets into the meat, that's part of what the gamey flavor is, because these little chunks of fat might be yummy, but this silver skin does not add to the taste. Just want to do little strips at a time because you don't want to waste too much meat. If you try to just cut straight across all that silver skin, you're going to end up with a lot of meat along with it. And it's tough. You can kind of pull and cut along the underside of it. That's also a way to preserve your meat. Okay, this is going to be braided pork tenderloin. What braiding it does is it allows us to get more of the rub inside of the tenderloin. So what we're going to do is kind of flatten this out. Actually, I'm going to cut this way. I'm going to start at the fatter end and leave a couple inches, and then you're going to cut the tenderloin into 3 strips. Okay, here comes the fun part. Here's where we're going to put on the olive oil and the rub. I'm using this Simply Organic Grilling Seasons chop. Never used it before. I want to try it out. It's one of the few that I could find that wasn't loaded with sugar. We don't want to be putting sugar on the pork. I prefer it with just good seasoning, and we're going to give this a try. But to help get it to stick, we're going to coat this stuff in olive oil. All right, that's a little bit too much olive oil, but no matter. So now we're going to really coat this down with the rub. I mean, we are going to shellac this. Take no prisoners. Okay, and it's called a rub, so we're going to rub that in there, make sure that it's all getting pressed. Okay, now it's time to braid. I'm going to spin this around, and it's just like doing your daughter's hair. Right side goes over. And then kind of straighten them out for a prettier. So I roll it, roll it. Roll it, roll it. That's just like here, you want to have a nice tight braid. So get some tension on it. We don't need this whole thing. When you do that, you need to make sure you get all the splinters out, and make sure you get this through all 3 pieces. There we go. There's our braided pork. What braiding the meat does is give you more of a surface area for your seasonings. In fact, it allows you to get the seasonings basically into the pork, so you get a lot more flavor no matter how you plan to cook it. I'm going to be breaking in my new Woodwind pellet grill that Camp Chef sent me for this video series. It uses a computer-controlled auger to feed hardwood pellets into a burn box, which allows you to grill, smoke, bake, roast, or braise over a wood fire based upon your settings and cooking techniques. This braided pork loin is going to be smoked, which is something I have never done before in my life. The Woodwind is designed to make it easy, though we will soon see for ourselves. Camp Chef sent a variety of their pellets with the grill, and I'm starting with the competition blend. No particular reason why. The bag had a slight hole in it. That's really the reason why. And I use it for my burn-in. I already have the hopper filled up. What I like about Camp Chef pellets is that there's no additives, there are no fillers. It's just compressed hardwood. There are no flavorings other than what you get from actually the wood smoke itself. And this being the first time I'm going to use it, competition blend seems like a natural choice. So I've got the probe out ready to use. I'm going to turn the power on, wait for it to boot up. There's actually a computer in here. And now I'm going to turn it to high smoke. And once I see smoke, I'm going to let it warm up for 10 minutes. Then we're going to start our cooking. Yay, it's time. Going to put that right in the middle since I don't know this grill yet. Now we're going to take the probe, feed it through the side of the grill, and find the thickest part and try and get it in the middle of the meat. That's all there is to it. Okay, we're going to let the grill do the rest. I'm going to let that go for 1 hour. Set timer for 1 hour.
Your timer is set for 1 hour.
Excellent. Oh, that smells delicious already. That's not even the food, that's just the pellets. We're right at an hour. The grill temp has reached 244 degrees. And let's see, the meat is at 134, so it's actually almost done. What we're going to do now is turn this up to 275 and let it continue to cook until that reaches 145. And then it's going to be done. Oh, I cannot wait. Okay, it is time. I've already prepared a tray with foil because we're going to wrap it and let it rest for 15 minutes. Oh my gosh, that looks delicious. Check that out. Oh my gosh. That looks absolutely delicious. We're going to get that off, wrapped in foil, and get it resting. Oh my gosh, that smells awesome. Last thing we need to do is turn this to shutdown. And that's going to run the fan for 10 more minutes to burn off the remaining pellets, but it's not going to feed anything more in, and it'll automatically shut itself off. Let's get this into the kitchen. First thing I got to tell you is I'm blown away by what this smells like. I made this, and it smells so good. It's been resting for 15 minutes, and now it's time to test it out. Save those juices. Here comes the dog. Yes, you smell it too, huh? Look at that. I don't know if I'm getting that to focus or not. Oh my gosh. That looks amazing. Okay. Now I'm going to try it. I'm not going to do some corny close-up of me taking the first bite, but... Oh my gosh, that's so good. Oh my gosh. It's done to perfection. It really is. That was super easy. I can't believe it. It took time, clock time, but it really didn't take a whole lot of prep time. And basically, I let the Woodwind grill make it. That was super easy. Well, this is a plan of mine. I'm going to take you through the different trials and tribulations that I go through figuring out how to cook a bunch of different things on that pellet grill. And with this being such a good success for the first time, I'm really looking forward to trying some more difficult stuff. Be sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram. You can see the links right here. And be sure to click right here to subscribe so you can catch my next videos on Cooking with Cam. I really appreciate you watching Twang and Bang, and hope to see you next time. Oh my gosh.